In the vast cold emptiness of our solar system, there are, so many moons. Most are just chunks of rock and ice, silently orbiting their giant parent planets. But then there is Titan. It's Saturn's largest moon, a world so strange and so captivating that it really challenges our very ideas of what a moon can be. Titan is a world shrouded in mystery, wrapped in a thick orange haze that hides its surface from prying eyes. It's the only moon in our entire solar system that has a substantial atmosphere, thicker even than our own here on Earth. High up in Titan's sky, sunlight and energetic particles from Saturn's magnetic field break these methane molecules apart, creating a complex organic smog. The journey to understand Titan is a story of patience, curiosity, and, honestly, some incredible engineering. This grand ambition led to one of the most daring missions ever conceived, the Cassini-Huygens Mission. On Christmas Day in 2004, after its long journey from Earth, the moment of truth arrived. The Cassini spacecraft released the Huygens probe, sending it on its final solitary path towards Titan. On January 14, 2005, the Huygens probe slammed into the top of Titan's atmosphere at incredible speed, beginning a 2.5-hour descent through the thick orange smog. The images revealed a landscape that was eerily familiar, yet fundamentally alien. There were branching channels that looked just like riverbeds on Earth, and shorelines with what appeared to be islands. The pebbles were not made of rock, but of water ice, frozen solid and rounded by the flow of some fluid. The sand the probe rested on was likely made of frozen hydrocarbon grains that had rained down from the sky. While the Huygens probe gave us an incredible close-up view of one small spot, the Cassini spacecraft was busy mapping the entire moon using radar that could penetrate the thick haze. The radar images revealed that the polar regions of Titan were covered in vast, dark patches. These patches were incredibly smooth, which is exactly what you'd expect to see if you were looking at a large body of liquid. These were not just small ponds. These were enormous lakes and seas, some of them larger than the Great Lakes in North America. The theories were true. Titan had liquid on its surface. Near the North Pole, Cassini found 3 enormous seas. The largest, named Kraken Mare, is bigger than the Caspian Sea on Earth. Another, Ligeia Mare, is so deep and so pure in its methane composition that radar signals could penetrate all the way to its bottom. On Earth, our hydrological cycle is based on water. Titan has a similar cycle, but with a completely different substance. On Titan, the liquid is not water, it is liquid methane and ethane, which we know as natural gas. Methane evaporates from the lakes, forms methane clouds, and then rains back down as methane rain, carving rivers into the icy landscape before flowing back into the great seas. Imagine standing on the shore of one of Titan's great seas. The sky above you would be a dim, hazy orange. The temperature would be cold enough to freeze carbon dioxide solid. The water lapping at the shore would be a frigid, clear, liquid methane. Life on Earth is completely dependent on liquid water. But could there be a different kind of life? A strange alien biology that uses liquid methane instead of water? This fundamental difference between polar water and non-polar methane is the core of the mystery. High in Titan's atmosphere, the sun's ultraviolet light and energetic particles from Saturn zap methane and nitrogen molecules. The fragments then recombine to form a whole zoo of more complex organic molecules called tholins. These sticky reddish compounds rain down everywhere, slowly blanketing the entire surface in a layer of dark organic goo. This means Titan is a world literally covered in the building blocks of life. A team of scientists at Cornell University used computer simulations to search for molecules that could form a stable membrane in liquid methane. They proposed a hypothetical cell membrane made from small organic nitrogen compounds, calling this theoretical cell an azotosome. The computer models showed that molecules like acrylonitrile could link together to form a flexible and stable hollow sphere in liquid methane. It would be a container, just like our cell membranes, but built from completely different materials. This was a groundbreaking idea. It showed, at least in theory, that the basic structure of life, the cell, was chemically possible on Titan. Any life on Titan would have to be patient, slow, and built from materials we would consider strange. Any Titanian life would need to have a completely different way of powering itself. Scientists have proposed that a hypothetical microbe could breathe hydrogen and eat acetylene to power itself, reacting these chemicals to release a huge amount of energy. This proposed metabolism is fascinating because it seems to fit the observations we have from the Cassini mission. The hydrogen seemed to be disappearing at the surface, and there was a noticeable lack of acetylene, even though it should be raining down constantly from the sky. This form of life would be incredibly slow compared to life on Earth. A titanian microbe might take thousands of years to reproduce, living its life on a geological timescale. But this does not make it impossible. Perhaps these tholins are the true manna from heaven for any potential titanian life. Imagine a microbe floating in a methane lake, simply absorbing the organic goo that settles down from the sky. The organism would not need to seek out food. Its food would be delivered to it constantly. Some scientists have suggested that these organisms might use a process called polymerization, where small molecules are linked together to form long chains. A titanian microbe could take in simple molecules and assemble them into larger polymers, using the energy released to power its life. It would be a completely self-sufficient ecosystem, powered by the chemistry of the sky. These are the wild and wonderful theories that make Titan so compelling, forcing us to abandon our Earth-centric biases and imagine chemistries that seem like science fiction. To take the next giant leap in our quest to understand Titan, we need to do more than just orbit it. This is where NASA's next great mission comes in. It is called Dragonfly, a nuclear-powered multi-rotor drone about the size of a small car. Titan is actually the perfect place for a flying machine. Its atmosphere is 4 times denser than Earth's, and its gravity is only about 1/7 of ours. This means that flying on Titan is much, much easier than flying on Earth. Over the course of its mission, Dragonfly aims to travel hundreds of kilometers, exploring a wide range of different environments. It will visit the organic sand dunes near Titan's equator and make its way towards an impact crater. At each new landing site, Dragonfly will deploy its suite of scientific instruments. It will have drills to sample the surface material, spectrometers to analyze the precise chemical composition, and cameras to give us stunning new views of the landscape. Dragonfly is not expecting to see little green creatures waving at the camera. Scientists are looking for biosignatures, any substance, pattern, or phenomenon that provides evidence of life, past or present. One key thing Dragonfly will search for is chirality. If we were to find a collection of complex molecules on Titan that all had the same handedness, it would be a very powerful biosignature indicating that some biological process has been at work. For all of our history, we have only had one example of life to study: life on Earth. Every creature shares a common ancestor and the same basic biochemistry. This single data point makes it very difficult to know what else is possible. Finding life on Titan would change everything in an instant. It would be the discovery of a second genesis, a completely independent origin of life. It would prove that biology is not a rare fluke that happened once on a small rocky planet. It would tell us that life can arise from different chemistry, in different environments, under completely different rules. We would no longer be the sole proprietors of life. We would be part of a larger, more diverse cosmic biology. This discovery would have a profound impact on our search for life elsewhere in the galaxy. Finding life on Titan would tell us that we need to broaden our search dramatically. It would mean that moons, and not just planets, can be habitable. The universe could be full of strange and wonderful biologies that we have not even begun to imagine. There could be life in the sulfuric acid clouds of Venus, or life based on silicon instead of carbon. Titan could be our Rosetta Stone, the key that helps us decipher the potential for life across the galaxy. It would teach us that life is not a single, rigid recipe, but a flexible and creative process that can adapt to a vast range of cosmic conditions. The future of Titan exploration is bright. Beyond Dragonfly, scientists are already dreaming up the next steps. Some envision sending a submarine to plunge into the depths of Kraken Mare. Others imagine a weather balloon that could float through the atmosphere for years. Back on Earth, scientists are busy trying to simulate the conditions of Titan in their laboratories. By creating Titan in a jar, researchers can test their theories and explore the chemical reactions that might be possible in liquid methane. Titan is a planetary-scale laboratory for organic chemistry. By studying it, we can learn more about how the building blocks of life are formed and distributed throughout the cosmos. This could even give us clues about the early history of our own planet. The exploration of Titan is a testament to human curiosity and our unyielding desire to push boundaries. This journey reminds us that science is not a collection of facts, but a continuous process of asking questions and seeking answers. Whether its lakes hide a new form of life or simply the complex chemical precursors to it, the secrets hidden beneath its orange haze will undoubtedly reshape our understanding of our place in the cosmos. The endless frontier of space still has many wonders to reveal, and Titan is one of its most glittering prizes. The search continues.